Right, here's something you don't see every day. This is a Mamod ME3 marine engine with an SEL 1560 power unit, and you can see it's got plenty of power to run my Mamod #1 workshop. It's running via an extra cable running onto a larger sort of 3-4 centimetre, maybe 4.5 centimetre Meccano pulley at the end, so there's a good mechanical advantage for the engine. I've given this one a good thorough oiling before, turning it upside down, making sure plenty of thick oil gets into the piston. And as you can see, it's got more than sufficient power to drive this little setup. It's all 1950s, 60s tools with the oiling holes, which makes it very easy to go around and lube everything up. And you can see it does the job very well. I would say the ME3 certainly is one of the rarer Mamods to get hold of. I think even people that don't have marine engines or boats would like to get hold of one of these, even if they won't admit it. This one's in entirely original condition. Pretty mint really, apart from a few boiler stains. The paintwork's absolutely flawless, unlike one or two SE4s I've seen recently. And you know, it powers the whole setup very, very well. They make very, very good stationary engines actually. I've seen a couple being used for this sort of purpose. I saw an ME2 at Steam Toys in Action this year, which was quite happily powering a rather nice workshop setup. And as you can see, you know, or hear rather, now the engine's getting into its stride. It's turning over very, very well. You can hear the rate of knocking on the hammer increasing, and I think, you know, they are nice, very quiet, smooth units. I think Mooseman's got one of these in one of his many marine engines and swears by it, and it really is a lovely heavy little unit, a little bit more oomph and sort of turning power and torque maybe than an ME1 or an ME2, certainly suited for a bigger propeller, and this certainly does the trick. It's running with its original brass vaporizing spirit lamp. The large blue wheel there is where I normally sometimes connect the Meccano motor to turn it over. And doing very, very well. Very reliable little unit really, I would say. The steam valve or safety valve is holding well. They're always a bit tricky getting the overflow plug back on these because it's so awkwardly positioned. Also, it's one of those flat, far-ended ones that hasn't got the bent ends to it, and it's an absolute sod sometimes if there's hot water spewing out of the boiler and you're trying desperately to get the boiler plug on. So there you have it, an alternative use for a Mamod ME3, and you know, they do turn up on eBay from time to time. I think one ill-informed thug recently said they turn up all the time. They're actually pretty rare, actually. You know, they maybe turn up 1 or 2, 3 a year, which in my book says that's not very common at all. Certainly less common than the ME2, and definitely a lot less common than definitely less common than the ME1, but certainly not as rare as the ME2. I think the ME2 would probably power this little setup just as well too, but this one's got a nice heavy brass sort of pulley flywheel, and it's doing a very, very good job. So there you have it, ME3 and the Mamod Mark 1 workshop.